Good evening, afternoon, night, morning, whenever you find a way to watch this podcast. It's me, Omar Sean Borja, the burger popper of the Hardware Pod. And I guess just some things to set some context. Yes, my wife and I did have our first child about a month ago. It's going to be a month in a few days. And so this is my first podcast back, first time really doing anything. I'm going to slowly come back. It's going to be hard for the Hardware Podcast to come back since we recorded that early in the mornings. And I do have the night shift with the baby, but just gradually putting out some interviews here and there for the next few weeks till the season ends. And then I'm going to gradually figure out a way to get back on the Lambert Trophy podcast with Bobby of the TNT College Football Podcast. But joining me now is Dan Gale of Leona Intel. And Leona Intel, of course, is his main job, but we're here to talk about, I guess, sort of a passion project of his that started last year. And that's the revival of the Yankee Conference Championship. And that is this week, November 15th, where Sacred Heart, who has quietly had a 7-3 year, which, I mean, pending if they win this game, I'm going to write a small piece about them on Redshirt Sports about their candidacy for the FCS playoffs. And Merrimack, who has had some nice wins too this year. They'll be playing for the second revival of the Yankee Conference Championship. But without further ado, Dan, thank you for joining. How's everything going?
Well, probably getting a little more sleep than you are right now. So
Yep.
congratulations on the newborn. I mean, that's the most important thing in life, man, as kids. So God bless you guys and send you some coffee your way because you're going to need it.
Yes, absolutely. I've been eating all the coffee I can get, but it's a fun labor of love. I mean, I'm already enjoying it.
Perfect. Well, congrats. Well, thank you for having me. Yeah, it's going to be a fun weekend. Hopefully the weather's going to be good. But yeah, it was so the Yankee Conference is actually something we've been working on for about 7 years, not just two.
Wow.
Yeah, it goes back to even around before COVID. We're looking at ways. Backstory on me: I was a two-sport college athlete at East Stroudsburg. I'm born and raised South Jersey. Love football. Father was a football coach, and I'm actually now on the Maxwell Football Board. So I love FCS, Division two, and FBS football, all levels. But grew up in South Jersey listening to the old Yankee Conference on the radio. I wanted to play football for Tubby Raymond back in the day at Delaware, but I just wasn't that good. And it would have been great. I ended up playing at East Stroudsburg, and play is a word I use loosely because I had like 8 tackles. So I was a better track guy, but love football, still love everything about the game. And yeah, so around 7 years ago is when it went through. There's conversations in the Northeast about, revitalizing the old Yankee Conference, and looked at it and nobody had it. So we were able to get the IP, we got it set up, had to work through some things to make sure there's no confusion with the Yankees, and got it all set up. And we're really excited to get it because we didn't know what was going to happen. Wanted to do something to revitalize it. And, so we started selling some merchandise, some old uniform, old t-shirts and things around it online. Well, then, the opportunity came up. Sacred Heart and Merrimack were unattached, right? Didn't have a conference, and we were helping the MAAC do their TV deal. So for those of you who don't know, Leona, we're a company that works behind the scenes. We've worked with over 150 colleges, universities, negotiating their apparel, multimedia rights, and do conference TV rights as well. So the MAAC, we were working on their deal, and Judy Ann was a great AD, and Jeremy Gibson at the time. We were talking about what they're going to do with football, and people are talking about, we need to bring back the Yankee Conference and get it set up. And I said, well, it's funny you say that. I own the IP. So, right. So we were talking and said, you know what can we do? And just had a great conversation and said, hey, how can we bring this back? How can we, honor Northeast football? So with both of them playing the last game of the year, it was a perfect timing last year, and said, let's get it set up. So got it set up for last year and agreed to do this year as well. And got it set up that it was, part of the home and home, because that was what was contracted. And we were excited, had a great coverage last year. ESPN across the country was covering it, of like, wow, what is this? What's coming back? And both schools I know really enjoyed it. I had to, we're going to have to pry the trophy from coach, Sacred Heart, to get it back, because I know he loves it. It was really fun. And what was really cool on my side was something we sponsored at Leona, the hats, everything. So seeing the kids celebrate afterwards, one of my greatest memories, we won the PSAC championship when I was at East Stroudsburg. And you celebrate with the guys, having something to play for it was just really cool to be able to do it. So, yep, I'll be up there this weekend, heading up myself, and we'll be excited to see everybody. And yeah, and if you want some gear, we've got gear online too. So we've got some gear from last year's championship, and we've got the old logo, and we've got a new logo that we've created as well. So it's more, how do we keep the honor? And if you go to the website, you can see there's a lot of history about the old Yankee Conference, who was in it, what was done, and yeah, and we'll see what the future holds.
Yeah, so a question I have with that, Dan, is like with I guess acquiring or buying the rights to an old IP, and I think something like, I guess it's kind of weird. I just picked up this hat out of the drawer, the Blue Gay Classic, one of my favorite old All-Star games. Just picked it up, and like, I guess, what's the process of reviving something that's dead, that's owned by someone and hasn't been active for years? Like, was that a wild goose chase, or was it just a fairly quick process?
Well, it depends, right? I'm not an IP attorney. We actually worked with a really great one, getting it set up. It wasn't in use, right? It was out there. So we're like, how can we do this? What can we do? So it was a like I said, it was about a 4 or 5 year process with the with the U.S. Patent Trademark Office, and what we're doing and bringing it back, how we're bringing it back, and what we're doing, sponsoring a game, what we're also doing, revitalizing different areas of the gear. So it was something that sat dormant and nobody was doing anything with it. So how could we do something with it, right? Honor it. So I'll say this, it's not for the faint of heart to go through that process, but it was really, really cool. And, we've got our patent trademark on it now, that we're really excited for the future and what it could mean.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just glad that it's back in some fashion. And it's just a very interesting process, really. I mean, it's conference realignment of a different sort. And so with the conference part, a question I have too is like, I guess, is there like any sort of I guess TV negotiations for the Yankee Conference Championship game?
Yeah, it's funny you say that. So like, that was one of the things. So that's what we do for a living, right? We work on conference stuff. We go through it. So yeah, we've had some conversations. It's something we're looking at even more for the future. Last year with Nesson, doing some things around it, like with Merrimack, there is an opportunity for the game. But when you have a sole event, right? It just depends on what's the market for it, what's your footprint. So no, we're excited for what the future can hold on that in terms of it. But yeah, the broadcast rights are an important part of it, and it was something that we had talked about and had it set up already as part of the deal. And I do think in the future there could be even more to that if things were to grow.
So speaking of future, I think that's a big thing that people are definitely asking, those that are interested in, and I know that's from our previous conversation off the air. So certainly something I'm interested in.
Yeah.
And so Sacred Heart, of course, is joining the Coastal Athletic Association, which is great. I mean, they picked a good time to get good again. I know they were good in the early 2020s with Julius Chestnut, running the heck out of the ball up there. But, they're going to the CAA. And so, of course, you can't have a conference with just one team, Merrimack out there in North Andover, just lonely building their independent schedule. So I guess, what exactly is the future? I know that you guys are definitely aware of that. So, yeah, what exactly is the future with?
So the good thing is, on the way the Yankee Conference is set up, it's not a NCAA recognized conference right now. So there's a lot of history in playing for it. So it could be a rivalry game. There can be a lot of different ways that this could go. We're exploring a lot of those options. And who knows what the future is going to hold right now with revenue share payments and the restructuring of college athletics. And who knows where this could go. So, with right now, we're really just excited for Saturday and the kick. But I can tell you there's a lot of conversations on what it could look like, for the current or for others or other things in the future. So it's a really good time. And there's a lot of things moving right now, and we're excited for Sacred Heart. I think it's going to be great for Judy-Ann and their whole department to have a home for football year long, which will be great, but who knows?
Yeah, I mean, I think anything can change. I think that's, a great answer. I mean, anything can change in the blink of an eye, really, in this current college football landscape. But I mean, I'm hoping that you guys do something with it in the future. It's not just a 2-year thing, because like we talked about in our other conversation, like, I really feel like this revival in Northeast football is happening right now, because the Lambert Trophy is back last year, and the Lambert Cup. is coming back this year too. There's already been one poll vote this year, and they retroactively rewarded champions. And then this just adds to the momentum of Northeast football just coming back to the Division I level and like the interest in it. So this is such a big deal to like me and plenty of other people.
I agree. I mean, and we got a lot of great compliments from people saying, "Hey, thank you for bringing it back, keeping the name going." So yeah, we want to do everything we can. That, like I said, I've been involved with the Maxwell Football Club and supporting football at the highest level and across all levels is what the Maxwell Football Club does. And like I said, it's something near and dear to my heart. And I do think that there's a place for it. You know, what that place is, I don't know yet and can't say, but I do think there is a place and a need to keep the history of, you know, what happened in the past alive so people understand it. And I can tell you there was a lot of passionate people about the Yankee Conference when it was announced, and we got a lot of emails around it that, yeah, we'll see what the future holds. And if I had a crystal ball, I'd be making a lot more money than just, you know, what we're doing right now. But I can tell you college athletics is a great thing and there's a lot of history in it. So anything we can do to help keep that alive is really what we're trying to do right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's a good note to transition on since I know that you are a busy man. Dan, thank you for joining. And again, this Saturday, you can tune in to the Yankee Conference Championship. I forget. I think it's, I don't know the network, but I know it's at noon Eastern time.
Yep. So noon kick. So if you can be there in person too, come check it out. Sacred Heart's a gorgeous campus. We'd be excited to have you. And appreciate this. Omar, thank you so much. I know we're busy. You are right now, and appreciate your love for Northeast football. It's a great place, and there's a lot of good things going on. So thank you for all you do.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you, of course, Dan, for bringing this back and everything. But I mean, yeah, it's just an exciting time to be a Northeastern college football fan, and we'll see this Saturday. Hopefully, Sacred Heart can continue this great season they have. So the Villanova game can a former Yankee Conference school, you know, could have a very big national implications for their playoff bid. So
and Villanova is a good team. I was just up at that Villanova Towson game last week, so it was yeah, we'll see. It's going to be a good game regardless, but it's a lot of good things happening at the the FCS level. So it should be a fun postseason.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, no matter how many times I get dinged for my my FCS poll, but yeah, it's just a great time at the FCS level. But Dan, thank you again for joining, taking time out of just your busy day and everything. Of course, we talked before we went live about the uniforms, you know, so the Army Navy uniforms, and I know that it was just, you know, a great something that I guess you guys had a big deal in doing. So yeah, but thank you again.
Go Army on that one. So beat Navy.
Go Army.
So there you go. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you having me.
Thank you. Thanks, Dan. And until next time, everyone, peace, love, and soul on the Burger Popper.